One day, while a priest was busy writing a sermon on the topic of God will provide, he heard something that sounded like an explosion. And the next moment, he heard people running down the street shouting, "The dam wall burst! The dam wall burst! Run for your lives!" And out of the window, he could see that the water was already rising in the street, and people were desperately trying to get to safety. And he wanted to panic, but then he remembered what he was busy doing. He was writing a sermon about God's provision. And so he said to himself, "What's wrong with you, Mario? The first moment you get to practice what you preach, you just want to run away." And so he resolved that he will stay and he will trust that God will take care of him. And by the time the water got to his windows, a rescue boat full of people came past, and one of them shouted, "Jump in, Father Mario." And he looked at him and he said in an apparently calm voice, "No, my children, I believe God will save me from this." And while he was waiting for God to do something miraculously, he climbed onto the top of his house. And when the water came to that height, another boat full of people came past, and again they shouted for him to climb in, and again he refused, saying that God will rescue him, God will take care of him. Before long, though, he had to climb onto the chimney of his house to be safe. And that's where a police boat finally came and asked him to jump on board. And he said, "No, thank you, officer. I trust God. He will not let me down." And so the boat went away, and Father Mario drowned. And the moment he arrived in heaven, he marched right up to God and started complaining, saying, "I trusted you. Why didn't you do anything to save me?" And God said, "What do you mean? I sent 3 boats to rescue you." Friends, so often we are exactly like Father Mario in this story. We pray and we trust that God will hear our prayers and that He will take care of us and provide for us. But at the same time, we don't want Him to respond the way He wants to, but rather in the way we want Him to respond. Friends, don't limit God to your imagination. And therefore, whatever it is that you are struggling with right now, continue to ask God for His intervention. However, instead of trying to think exactly how that provision should look according to you, open your mind and your heart to the possibility that God may answer your prayer in an unexpected way. Instead of your debts being miraculously cleared, He may send you someone to help you manage your finances better. Instead of just healing you or just giving you a new job, He may be teaching you to really keep your eyes on Him during this time. Friends, God doesn't always give us exactly what we want or how we want it, but He is always faithful. He always loves you, and He is always with you. And therefore, open your eyes, and when you recognize Him in what is happening around you, trust Him and follow where He is leading.